Наша последняя остановка Brunel University. После этого университета я Анастасию везу в Гатвик, летит обратно в Санкт-Петербург. С нами Сабина. Сабина представитель International College этого университета. Нам будет сегодня показывать кампус. 15 тысяч студентов, 15,000 roughly.
Yeah, 15,000.
И почти 1000 студентов это студенты International College. About 1,000, roughly 1,000 students enroll into university through the International College.
Yeah.
Roughly.
Yeah,
Would you say that? Yeah?
Yeah.
So what is it you're going to show us today?
So today we're going
Business
to show
school?
you business school, engineering lab, science lab, and student facilities available on campus.
Excellent. Окей, пойдемте вместе с нами. По-моему, будет очень интересно. Это основной учебный блок Brunel University. Здесь много лекционных залов и семинарных комнат. It's a very small one. Whoa, what happened there? Oh, just for maybe 5 seconds feel myself as a student. Почувствовать себя студентом. Yeah?
There's a door at the back which leads to another lecture.
To another lecture room. Do you know why those lecture rooms are all different color?
Not really, but I know it's part of Brunel University's branding. Recently, they've changed their branding, so their secondary colours are green, purple, orange. So they're trying to keep in.
So they use only their corporate colors.
Yeah, corporate.
We're going to the engineering block now, yeah?
Yep. So the university has 4 different towers: Tower A, B, C, and D. One tower is for design students, one tower is for engineering students, and there's one for maths students as well.
University is very strong in its design pathway, isn't it? Yeah.
They've got amazing industrial connections. In our recent open day with the university, they've explained that a design student had a work placement with Walt Disney.
Walt Disney! How cool! Okay. So it's a product design. What else?
Industrial design, digital media design. Unfortunately, our pathway program in design, they do not lead to graphic design, but it does lead to other design-related degrees.
Is the international year 1 offered as well?
Not in design, unfortunately. We offer a foundation of design, and then once you've passed your course in foundation design, you then be enrolled into your design program at the university.
And what pathways can be considered for international year 1 then?
So, international year 1, we offer business, computer science, engineering, first year sports science.
Excellent.
So on. So if you study.
So the choice is good, right?
Yeah, we have a lot of variety. If you do study foundation in business with us, you also study international year 1 with us. So 2 years at LBRC and then 2 years at Brunel.
Yeah. And you have a fast track in business and management.
Yeah, we do. So you can do your degree with us for 2 years instead of 3 years.
Представляете, получить диплом бакалавра всего за 2 года обучения в университете. Класс? 2 years, okay.
2 years.
Excellent.
Very intense.
Very intense.
Yeah, no school holidays.
No holidays, even summertime.
No, you won't get any school holidays.
Если вы готовы работать, учиться без отдыха, this way, то можно получить диплом бакалавра всего за 2 года. Имейте в виду, okay? What's this building in front of us?
So ahead is the University Student Centre. So students, if they have any queries after they finish the course with LBRC, they can go to the Student Centre for visa advice or immigration advice.
Okay.
So on.
Excellent.
This is where they'll need to enrol as well. But obviously.
What about the career centre? Is it in here as well?
No. So the Professional Development Centre is located within the library.
Okay.
So they obviously offer CV advice, interview skills.
Will you show us the library as well?
Yeah, I will do. Yeah.
This way?
Yeah, this way.
You have a subway there?
Yeah, we have a lot of restaurants available.
And there's a supermarket as well, right?
Yeah, there's an on-campus supermarket where students can do their weekly shopping.
Weekly shopping, so they don't have to go into town.
No, but the town is very close by anyway.
Oh, is it?
It's about a 10-minute walk, so students can even walk there. So to your right is the student union, and inside there, if you just take the stairs, there'll be 2 restaurants.
We will go there later,
Yeah,
okay?
we'll go
Yeah,
there.
let's go into science first.
There's a pharmacy shop ahead,
All right, okay.
a bank shop, and also a volunteering.
Аптека, банк, все прямо находится на кампусе, очень удобно. And to get to Central London, how long does it take?
So it takes around 45 minutes through one train. So you just need to go to the town centre, Oxford Station, and take the Metropolitan or Piccadilly line.
Ah, so there is a tube there.
Yeah.
All right, okay.
So it's not too far as well.
Okay. Основатель университета, к вашему вниманию, мистер Брунел. Okay, 1859. What do you know of him?
So he's a famous engineer.
Engineer. Okay, that's why the university is famous for engineering.
Exactly, and he built most of the.
Мистер Брунел был очень знаменитым инженером,
And he was famous for building most of the bridges in the UK.
Bridges. Okay, so it's a civil engineering.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Большинство мостов в Соединенном Королевстве было построено с его подачи. Очень интересно. What's your name, sir?
I'm Nick Morris.
Pleasure.
So these are the agents from Uzbekistan.
No, we're actually from St. Petersburg, but that's it.
Somewhere else I haven't been. Okay. So I'm Dr. Nick Morris, and I'm
Pleasure.
A senior lecturer in the School of it's not School of Biomedical Science, it's Department of Life Sciences here at Brunel. Okay, so today I've just been asked to show you quickly around the labs. And just sort of around the building. Most of the lectures and teaching goes on in other buildings. So this building here is where all the lecturers are based, but it's where we have our main sort of teaching labs. So we're all okay with stairs? Yes?
Yeah, we're all fine with stairs. Yeah, let's go.
Always like to check.
Super loud.
So this is, sorry. So this is our large teaching lab. We can divide it actually into 2. Sometimes we do. There's a grey sort of wall that slides across over there. But quite often it's open like this. So this is a second year class at the moment. I'm not really sure what they're doing exactly today because I'm not familiar with this practical, but I say it's second year class. Typically we have about 60, 70 students in here at a time. We don't tend to sort of use it at its full capacity. And the way it's organised is we will have a lecturer. You can see my colleague wandering around over there. The lecturer sort of runs the practical, but then we also have a number of demonstrators. You'll just see one coming up, the guy in the blue lab coat that's down there.
They're like technicians, right?
No, they are PhD students.
Oh, right, okay.
Degree, and they will be in here as demonstrators. So we tend to have about one demonstrator for every 15 to 20 students. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Please come in. Welcome.
Yeah. So this is just a sort of standard research lab. This is a sort of environment project students will be in the 3rd year.
Also, students, it's not just a technical room, it's a teaching room as well, yeah?
Teaching and research.
Yeah.
Teaching and research, okay.
Yeah, so that's predominantly, I would say, it's predominantly used for research, isn't it?
Sure.
Because the degree is research-led, but this is the sort of environment the students will come into. So they're walking here and they will know how to use these centrifuges, they will know how to use the various bits of equipment around here because they'll encounter them in the practicals, they know how to make up their solutions and how to do the experiments as they sort of move through their final year project and then towards the end of their degree.
Sure.
Is there anything you'd like to add, Thomas?
Well, we have final year project students here, but we also have work experience students here, or work placement students, so it's quite a range, basically from level 1 to level 3 masters.
So level 1s get to do that too, or
It
no?
depends. It's optional. Some students are quite keen. They want to get a bit of work experience, and they can do this during breaks. And,
Oh,
We
alright.
do encourage the students that if they want to come into labs over the summer break, if we can accommodate them, we'll take them in. So if they want to come in for between their 2nd and 3rd year, for example, we're quite open to that. They come
Okay,
in,
that's very
they
good.
get some research experience over the summer period.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Так, мы пришли сейчас в блок Civil Engineering. Познакомились с профессором. Он, кстати, очень похож на профессора, сейчас вы его увидите. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name, sir. Jerry, my name is a deal pleasure. So this is the...
We do, in civil engineering, we do a range of things, and what I brought you into, first of all, is water.
Water.
We do quite a lot of work with water. So what we have here is a flume, which it could be visualised like a wind tunnel, but it works with water, tanks of water, and we can run water through this section here.
And what is this for?
And we can put different things in. So, for example, on test at the moment is a sluice gate. But we can put different things. We can put dams in, we can put boxes in, we can put obstructions in, and we can see how the water moves round.
I see,
we could put a support across the top and drop a pier in, so it would be a support of a bridge, and we can see how the water flows round it. So it works in two modes.
So it's basically construction involving water.
Water, and seeing how things behave with water.
So,
for example, mainly teaching, not entirely teaching, but mainly teaching. So, for instance, we can put this in and watch how the water flows over it.
Yeah.
And when the water flows over it, there is a large amount of agitation here, and we could put something else in.
To see how it behaves.
Yes, to take the energy out of the water. So we can do quite a lot of experiments around that kind of area. Most of the labs down here are teaching labs. We do almost entirely teaching in these, not much research. I'll take over to a research area later. But our undergraduate students would be, this is our standard undergraduate, second year project. We would look at how water flows through a sluice gate, and the build of water behind it, and what happens with the water downstream. The water flows around there. We can also, we have these Lego plates, we can build things on it. So it might be the task of a student to build something which will resist the flow of the water. And they will put their initial wall on the water flow.
Using Lego bricks?
Lego bricks.
Really? Okay.
And reinforcing behind it.
Sounds like fun.
It's fun.
Yeah.
That's the reason I do it. Yes, it's fun. So they might start with a basic wall. You stop the water and the wall goes like that. But they can find by putting things behind it, or by changing the flow in front of it, they can actually create something which will withstand. So open channel, we have modelled in here parts of real river systems. And we've modelled part of the Thames at Isleworth, and we've modelled part of the River Pin. The River Pin is just outside here, and we could actually, the River Pin was quite interesting because we got our students to go with theodolizers survey the river to get all the different slopes and angles, and then we made a model of it here, and we can look at how the water flows and see the effect of you fill it with water, about that level, and you can create waves.
Okay.
It's quite interesting because it gives the students a real feel of how heavy water is.
Yeah, resistance.
Yes, and also because it's totally flexible, they can create very small, fast waves, or they can create
big waves.
Long waves. And they discover it's the long, slow waves which cause the most damage. And we put a series of buildings and so forth there, and sea walls. We allow them to design, which we can put in different sea walls, so they can have see the effect of the water coming against the sea wall. And the optimum is to have a sea wall which is not too tall, but actually has the maximum benefit. So they start to create curves.
Alright, so it's the shape of this sea wall.
Really important. So the water.
It's more important than the size.
Yes. This performs well. If you were to have this in simple rectangular section, it would have to be much taller.
Alright,
which would not be good for people.
I think it absorbs the energy of the wave better if it's curved.
Right. It comes round and in, and comes back on itself. You get some reflection. It's quite interesting.
Very interesting.
I don't know much about it. It was great fun making it.
You know, Mr. Brunel would be very proud of facilities you have here, don't you think?
Well, we have got this, and we have a range of facilities. The first thing students work on is geotechnics. So we do quite a bit of work with soils.
With soil, okay.
Because it's really, really important that civil engineers understand what they're building on. In terms of soils, in terms of rock. It's that you set it up, this part comes vertically, it cores down, I can't see any cores easily available, and it brings out a core of material. So you have all the sort of stratas of the soils and rocks down to quite a significant depth. So you can actually core with it, then you take out a core and you can analyse how much soil, topsoil, how much clay, how much bedrock and so forth.
This must have been a very expensive
I think it was, yes. It's some kind of industrial deal we had. We use it, and it's ours, but it also goes out on site for some contract work. Enormously sophisticated because it does two things. It changes pressure and temperature.
This thing?
Yes, and you can change the temperature while you're changing the pressure. So you don't heat something up and then compress it. You can actually, while you are compressing it, you
change
can change
the
temperature.
and see how it reacts.
See how it reacts, and you can build up programs. Now, this is quite key because we've had some students' final year projects. We started off with one where they said, fiberglass, if we use straw instead of the glass fibres, what material will we get? And we created some materials with straw. Obviously straws are reusable, it's much more environmentally friendly than using glass. But we then looked at the straw, and if you look at straw, it's got a slightly shiny surface on it. And we discovered that just by putting straw in here, there was enough coating on the straw to actually bond together to make panels. So these, however, we cured them, and then they go in here and we simply crush them, and we can actually see not only how they fail, that they fail, but how they fail. So you have you get a plot out of the percentage of failure given a certain load, and then you create it. We have this machine here, which is an Instron machine. We have a number of these dotted around the campus. The thing which I find about them is they don't look as impressive as they actually are. They will compress.
Well, it looks impressive to me.
They will compress or pull apart with the strength of 2 double-decker buses. Okay, so these are a series of teaching rigs. We do a small amount of research on the mainly teaching. So what we're interested in on a rig like this is bending.
Bending.
And we're interested in how these members bend. And it's really quite important, this, because when we load them up and we record how much force and how much displacement, and you get a nice straight line on the Hooke's law. As you increase the force, you increase the displacement. And if you take the force off, it goes back to a horizontal limit. But when you go past the elastic limit, it starts to curve over, and you're putting, as you put it on the force, you're getting more displacement until you get to the very top, and then it goes horizontal. And at that point, it's collapsed. Now, from a civil engineering point of view, that curve is really important because it's a straight line to begin with. That's where you expect the bridge, any structure to normally be working.
Bending, buckling.
Sometimes a member like this goes into compression. And we're really interested in what happens to it when it goes into compression. And initially, when students work on it, they quite rightly assume that a shorter member will hold more force before it buckles.
Of course, yes. Yeah.
But the key thing is not the length, it's the end fixings. If you fix the ends rather than just pin them, they will hold 4 times the load. We increase the load by factor 4. So we do some experiments around different members buckling them. We do some work around torsion. These are torsion rigs. We look at different materials, steel and brass tube. We look at different lengths of the material, and we see that it's linear. If you double the length, you double the deflection for a given load. We look at diameters of materials. We look at different diameters and see how they twist. We look at the difference between rod and tube. And interestingly, brass rod and brass tube behave almost exactly the same. And that's quite an interesting point from the student's point of view. They realise that they can often use tube when they thought they had to use solid material. And there's a saving in mass.
Of course,
and,
yeah.
and the whole rest of the structure.
Economy as well, yeah.
Environmentally better.
Yeah.
These are portals, very basic structures, but they're quite interesting because depending on how you load them, depends on how they fail. So this structure has failed simply because one member has failed. These two are perfectly okay still.
Yeah.
This one has failed, you can see it's bent. This one, we're loading it horizontally now rather than vertically, you can see that actually all three members are perfectly okay. But the structure itself has become a mechanism.
Yeah.
So we look at the difference between the two. And you can see we work with groups of about 4 students, and we put some load cells on the bridges.
What are those?
Load cells, so they measure the force in a member. And then we can put some load on. And display on the computer the load in the various members. So we could, if we wanted, very easily, and this is where it gets, you see, it's an interesting thing from my point of view, because I love doing this kind of stuff.
I can tell.
You start off with students, it's very easy. Load on, and measure those load cells, job done.
Yeah.
But you then say, well, let's pretend instead of this as a load, let's imagine it's a double-decker bus. Double-decker bus, and let's move it across the bridge and see what happens as it moves across the bridge. And we discover that 1 or 2 of these members actually start off when the load is here. They are in tension. When the load gets to here, 1 or 2 of these members have moved into compression. They've actually changed from tension to compression. And we're back into the buckling. So or we could say, okay, well that's quite interesting, but let's imagine we have a bus going one way and a cyclist coming the other way. What effect does that have on the grid? And straight away we're into all kinds of possibilities. So we do quite a bit with these, and as I say, groups of about 4 students on each, and the results display on the screen. The European Growth Build Centre. So we're thinking about building materials which can be grown, which comes back to the mention of the straw earlier. You can see the straw panels there. But we have all kinds of other materials.
So this is like insulation, and
it can be mainly, I would imagine, mainly insulation, because actually the integral strength is not huge. But it's
то есть это материал, который может быть изготовлен из выращенной культуры какой-то.
And you can see some of the materials that they've worked on over here, which again are all samples which have been taken from things which have been grown.
Been grown, yeah.
Yes, all grown. So we do a whole range of these, and there's a few more over there. Again, I don't know much about it, so some of this is research, some of it is teaching, some of it is research, but we are, as I say, there's been quite a lot of interest in this.
Of course, I think this is the future, yeah. Environmentally friendly as well. Yeah.
And you can see what the panels are like. This would be an installation panel. And we can imagine some kind of frame around it or something like that. So yes, they do a lot of work, and they're continually changing this, the variables slightly.
По кампусу я хотел вас познакомить с Фузаилом из Узбекистана, из Ташкента. Очень большой уже опыт обучения, я так понял, в разных странах и проживания. Жил в Америке, да? В Америке учился или нет? Просто
там по бизнесу.
По бизнесу, да. Вот. И Фузаил сейчас на магистратуре бизнес-менеджмент, да? Или нет? Бизнес-менеджмент? Да. Ну как, 3-й месяц, то, что ты ожидал?
Да, конечно.
Да?
Уровень обучения намного выше, чем в других странах. Особенно если отталкиваться от России, от стран СНГ, здесь намного выше, немножко другое. То есть...
А учил бакалавр ты где получил?
Я в России.
Где именно?
Плеханов закончил.
То есть у тебя есть возможность сравнивать с Плехановским университетом, да? И в чем разница? Как ты вот думаешь, вот основная
Здесь в основном
в методиках?
Здесь в основном они акцентируются именно выработать свой индивидуальный стиль, то есть индивидуальный стиль студента. Они пытаются раскрыть потенциал.
Индивидуальный подход, ты имеешь?
Да, индивидуальный подход каждому человеку. То есть они стараются раскрыть, рассмотреть, то есть они стараются, чтобы сам студент, он выработал свой индивидуальный подход, креативное мышление. Вот. И это мне очень нравится. Относительно других институтов, это просто информацию дают, а дальше как бы изучай сам.
Да.
Стараются уже как бы раскрыть свой потенциал.
Через какие-то проектные работы, наверное, да? Да? А у тебя какая-нибудь есть сейчас уже проектная работа? На чем ты работаешь?
Мне сейчас дали, мы как бы выбрали 2 журнала, которые нам, которые утвердили, и исходя из этих журналов мы должны ресерч вместе сделать и как бы написать свое,
Ревью.
Ревью, да. Как мы думаем об этом, что мы думаем об этом. Я, исходя из своего опыта, взял как бы то, что по моей профессии это эксперт.
Экспорт, ага.
И написал, выбрал 2 журнала и написал по этому ревью. Пока что я не брал, но надеюсь, что будет все.
Слушай, вот кампус, 45 минут и ты в центре Лондона, но в то же время ты не в Лондоне, и он практически автономный. У вас тут магазины есть, да? Все есть.
Да, все хорошо есть.
То есть не обязательно into town куда-то ходить,
Нет, как бы основном здесь учишься, а когда уже скучно немножко становится, ты уже едешь в Лондон, чтобы немножко развеяться, потому что тут учебы очень много. Каждый день сидишь в библиотеке, учишься, и иногда это надоедает.
Ну, конечно, да.
И приходится, чтобы как-то развиться. В Лондон ездишь, смотришь, то есть это тоже очень интересно. На самом деле расположение очень удобное.
А живешь ты здесь, прямо на кампусе, да?
Да, что я здесь.
На кампусе у вас комнаты на одного или?
Тут есть 2 вида комнат, то есть есть отдельная, то есть один человек живет. На самом деле все комнаты на одного человека расположены, просто тут вы можете выбрать комнату со своим базрум или общим. Вот, это уже отталкивается от цены.
То есть там стоимость соответствующая. But it's not just the library here?
No, so it's called the Brunel Centre. So ground floor has the Professional Development Centre, which is just through here.
So what does the Professional Development Center do?
So they help with students with CV, interview skills, also help students find part-time jobs while studying and volunteering jobs as well. So they've always got lots of careers fairs happening. So it's best for students to follow their Instagram page, which is Brunel PDC on Instagram.
Remember that?
So it's Brunel PDC on Instagram.
And it's just a relaxing area over there. Yeah, they can have coffee and maybe a snack.
Yep, so ahead, as you can see, is the cafe, so students can have
Okay. And that's where the library is.
Yep, so ahead is the library.
Okay, let's go. Any
queries?
problems with the IT?
IT, students can return the books through this machine there, return here.
Okay.
As you can see, there's lots of computers available. Most of the books are on second and third floor. So on here it's just purely computers.
IT suite.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they can bring in their own laptops, borrow laptops here, or log into computers here. And there's always a staff available. There should be a staff available here. If they've got any
Queries.
or help with reading lists, researching, referencing. As you can see, there's lots of tables around the window, so students can just study there. And there's some books available, organised by subject and category. I believe there's also silent study rooms, so if students have group projects or so on, they can book a study room.
Book a study room, okay. Work in the study room, okay.
Some computers here. Machines, running machines. This is for all.
And to join this, there's annual fee, right?
Yeah, there's a fee. Monthly fee, I think it's around £20 per month.
It's not expensive.
Yeah.
Good, okay.
Separate room with breaks.
What's upstairs?
So says it's running machines.
Ah,
More cardio.
cardio, okay. Thank you. Okay. Great. Climbing wall.
Yeah, sign up for membership to use.
Мы думали, что здесь так шумно. You could hear the noise from outside. It's just people cheering. Okay. Okay. Athletic center. Oh my lord.
The less I think about it, the better it is. So I just like. This is where sports students have their classes.
You know, during the Olympic Games,
Yeah.
these facilities were used for training.
Yeah, in fact, what's his name now? What a famous
Some
athletic,
famous athletes were actually
I
training
know the
here.
name, it's just out of my head.
Yeah.
Johan
Cool.
Blake.
Huh?
Johan Blake.
Okay.
And Mo, I forgot his surname. You know the famous runner Mo.
Yeah.
He used Brunel's facility as well. Usain Bolt.
Yeah. Cool. Real like proper stuff, and it is indoor.
Exactly.
So for UK weather is perfect.
Yeah, exactly. Classes.
Yeah.
After evening classes.
Так что если кто-то из вас занимается атлетикой, Brunel University is a good choice.
Especially with sports subjects.
Huh?
Sports subjects as well.
Yeah, sports science, yeah?
Yeah.
You have a pathway.
Yeah, first year sports science.
First year path, okay. Great.
If students come to Brunel directly, not LBIC, they offer a sports scholarship as well.
Okay.
So that's if they come directly to Brunel, not with us.
Okay, home of the Brunel Business School. Добро пожаловать в бизнес-школу Брунеля. Хорошее настроение у девчонок. University main reception. What's with the bike? Да, вообще. Really cool building.
Quite unique. Yeah, there's a restaurant down there. Is it a restaurant? Yeah.
It's probably for like a hospitality and okay. Does the it offers hospitality university?
Yeah, so
It does.
catering.
Catering and hospitality. Class.
For like meetings.
And it's all in here as well.
Yeah.
Can we go and see?
I think it's closed because usually the door's open.
Try your pass. No? Didn't work?
No,
Okay,
because
never
it's
mind.
a piano.
Okay, never mind.
Usually it's open, but
Смотри, какое классное здание.
there's a Starbucks.
Инсталляция.
Starbucks. Are they a business school?
Ага.
Yeah. Well, this is the lecture centre.
So business students, they're all in here, right?
Yeah, there's a class there, so you can't go inside.
Okay, we just have a peek through the window.
It's a very big lecture centre.
It's huge. Cool.
Split into two classrooms. There's a parking.
So this is like a tutorial
Yeah, seminar.
seminar rooms, okay.
There's a small room.
Uh-huh. Oh, that's where the restaurant is.
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
Exactly. I don't know if it- well, yeah, that's the inside.
Two screens. Why are there two screens?
Party as well.
Uh-huh.
Used to.
Yeah. To make it bigger, right? Вот так выглядят семинарные комнаты в Brunel University. Ученики, студенты выполняют, наверное, проектные какие-то работы, командные работы вот за такими круглыми столами. Учитель тусуется вон за тем, таким фиолетовым столиком. The small coffee shop here as well. Можно и бутербродики всякие собрать себе тоже вкусненькие. Ага. Okay. So this is a business school for you.
Allow it.
Yeah. It's really cool installation, yeah?
So if there's like postgraduate evenings or open days, you'll have like tables and stools here from different departments.
So Sabina, which university did you go to?
I went to University of West London.
West London.
Yes, which is based in Ealing, Brentford.
Yeah.
That university is actually mostly known for their hospitality subjects.
I see.
So anyone who wants to go into hotel management, so on. So they have quite good hospitality facilities, like in on-campus kitchen and so on.
Do you enjoy being here at this campus?
Yeah, because like compared to my previous university, like they didn't have all of these on-campus facilities.
Yeah,
like,
it's so convenient.
I was quite shocked when I first came here. I was like, oh wow, there's a bank here, there's a pharmacy, there's a restaurant. Whereas in my previous university, I had to go into town.
Go in there?
Yeah.
So this is the student union.
Yep. So to your left is the student union bar. That's to Subway.
That's the Subway. Okay, now interested. Subway is in Africa. Subway.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's very popular.
Yeah. Okay.
To your right is the student bar.
Let's just have a quick peek in.
So students want to drink.
Yeah.
There's events happening here as well.
Maybe we shouldn't say that, but bar is important as well.
I mean, we shouldn't be
Location.
promoting it.
Yeah, we shouldn't be promoting it, but it's for students is an important location at the campus.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's not just drinks. I can see there's a kitchen there as well.
So you can eat as well. It's not
Eat
just
as well.
drinking. And sometimes they have games on TVs as well, like if there's any matches. All of these. Upstairs is where the restaurants are. So there's a chicken shop.
Lunch, burgers, pizzas, chicken. Smells good.
Yeah, they smell very nice. Ahead is a chicken shop.
It's like almost like a food court.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
It's very big.
Cool.
So you can get
Really
pizza
cool.
there. You can get
Yeah.
sandwiches and salads as well. They do burgers here.
I'm getting hungry now. Is this where you come to eat?
I would like to, but it's too far from my office.
Is it?
But I do sometimes.
You do sometimes.
But,
This is a healthy option, yeah?
yeah, so there's a salad bar here.
Cool.
Soup spread, and then street food section of burgers.
What's for lunch today? Good range.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You may want to try something.
Maybe we will. We will come back. It's all cooked in here? Yes.
This is a kitchen behind.
Right.
So everything is freshly cooked over here.
Freshly cooked here. Great. And you do soups as well.
Yes, the exact same. We have the soup.
What's the soup of the day? Vegetable soup. Okay. Winter vegetable, yeah? Okay. Выглядит все очень аппетитно. Интернациональный, ну еще будет такой интернациональный университет, конечно. And you mentioned that there's a halal option here as well, right?
You have to ask the staff though.
Yeah.
Not everything's halal, but
Yeah.
they do.
You need to know what you're getting, yeah. And this is, I'm guessing, this is a chicken burgers, yeah? This is for chicken burgers. Классно, супер. Окей. Ну вот как-то так. Посмотрели университет. Нам очень понравилось все. Thank you very much, Sabina. You know how to say in Russian thank you? Спасибо. Спасибо большое. Большое. Yeah. Yes. Спасибо большое.
Спасибо большое.
Yeah, very good, very good. Yeah. Остановились на небольшой кофе-брейк. И Настя заказала кофе латте на овсяном молоке. Представляете, овсяное молоко. There we go. Сейчас попробует и скажет, вкусное молоко или нет.
Я думаю, здесь должно быть очень
Овсяное молоко. Я ни разу о таком не слышал. Какой-то almond есть milk,
Да, здесь это
goat's
есть
milk, вот овсяное
кокосовое
молоко.
молоко, есть миндальное молоко, соевое и кокосовое.
Вот так. На любой вкус и цвет. Супер. Есть разница, нет? Чувствуется? Да?
Ну не скажешь,
Сливочный есть вкус, да? Классно. Вот, пожалуйста, попробовала кофе с овсяного молока. Если вам понравилось это видео, обязательно поставьте лайк. А лучше подпишитесь на наш канал. Все, пока. До следующих выпусков.